Linda Ronstadt's story has always been filled with truth, even when that truth was heavy. She grew up with a voice that could break open a room, a voice that carried emotions people didn't know how to name. And still, behind all the success, she carried a private list of singers she admired more deeply than her fans ever imagined. She never treated music as a competition. She treated it as a language. And in that language, she knew there were voices stronger, softer, deeper, and more magical than hers. She studied them silently, listened to them late at night, and sometimes wished she could blend their sound with her own. Those 7 singers lived inside her like teachers. Linda never believed in pretending. She respected talent in a way that was almost sacred. She walked through fame with humility, even when she stood on the biggest stages in the world. Her respect for others shaped her identity more than awards, applause, or headlines ever could. The truth is simple. Linda Ronstadt has always been a student. Even when the world called her a legend, she was still learning. She was listening closely to other singers, trying to understand what made their voices so unforgettable. Her admiration wasn't small. It was quiet and deep, the kind of admiration that stays hidden for decades. She waited until now, near 80 years old, to finally share those names. It wasn't because she was afraid. It was because she believed that every singer deserves their moment. And she didn't want to overshadow anyone. With age came clarity, and with clarity came honesty. The first singer on her secret list was someone she once called pure truth. This voice carried honesty in every note, and Linda felt it the moment she heard her. She said this woman sang like she was telling a story only a few people would understand, and yet everyone felt it. That kind of power changed Linda as a young artist. The second singer was someone Linda admired for control. This voice wasn't loud or wild. It was balanced, elegant, and full of emotion without exaggeration. Linda practiced for hours trying to match that level of discipline. She knew she couldn't, and that only made her respect grow stronger. The third singer fascinated her because she broke every rule. Her sound was raw, fearless, and unpredictable. Linda loved that fearlessness because she didn't always feel brave herself. On stage, she looked strong, but inside, she was still a girl searching for her place. This singer taught her that imperfection could be beautiful. The fourth singer was one she rarely spoke about. Their paths crossed in real life, and Linda always felt a quiet sense of competition mixed with admiration. She never said it out loud, but she studied this voice closely. She compared phrasing, tone, and emotional delivery. She admired how natural the voice sounded, like breathing. The fifth singer carried a kind of sadness Linda recognized immediately. She knew what it felt like to sing through heartbreak, to put hidden pain into every performance. That connection made her listen over and over again. The way that singer blended sorrow with strength changed Linda's own approach to emotional music. The sixth singer was the opposite, full of joy. Linda always said that joy is harder to sing than sadness. This singer made happiness sound real, not forced. Linda wished she could do that. She admired the lightness in the voice, the warmth that felt like sunlight on the skin. She said few singers could make joy believable. The seventh singer was the one she admired the most. She kept this name private for years. This woman had a voice that made Linda stop whatever she was doing. She once said, "When she sings, the world becomes quiet." Linda wanted that ability, even when she was at her peak. She studied breath control, tone, style, and emotional delivery, and she realized this singer carried something divine. These 7 singers didn't just influence Linda. They shaped the way she understood her own voice. She wasn't trying to copy them. She was learning from them, blending their strengths into her own style. They were her silent coaches, her inspirations, her secret companions. As she grew older, her understanding of what makes a singer great also grew. It wasn't about high notes or range or fame. It was about truth. Real singers tell the truth in their own way. That was the lesson she carried throughout her career. Her silence about these names wasn't about ego. It was about timing. She believed that her admiration meant something only when shared at the right moment. Now, at 79, she knows that time has arrived. She wants to celebrate those voices while they can still hear her words. The announcement surprised many of her fans. They expected her to choose the biggest voices of her era. But Linda's list was personal, not predictable. Each singer represented a piece of her journey, a sound, a feeling, a moment in her development. Linda spent decades giving the world her voice, and now she gives the world her honesty. Only a few people knew how deeply she studied other artists, but now everyone knows. Her respect for these 7 singers shows how much she valued growth, humility, and truth. When she finally revealed the list, she explained why each name mattered. She wanted the world to understand how these voices shaped her life. Her tribute isn't just praise. It's gratitude. It's the voice of a woman who no longer sings but still feels music inside her. Even now, with her health challenges, Linda listens to those singers. She may not be able to perform the way she once did, but she carries every lesson they gave her. Their voices stay alive in her memory, echoing through the years. And sharing this list feels like closing a beautiful chapter. The world sees a legend when they look at Linda Ronstadt, but she sees something else. She sees a girl who loved music, who learned from the best, and who spent her life honoring the voices she admired. These 7 singers shaped her, inspired her, and guided her more than anyone ever knew. And now, for the first time, she's telling the world the truth. Linda didn't choose these 7 singers lightly. Each one carried a different kind of strength, and those strengths filled gaps in Linda's own musical identity. As a young performer, she didn't know who she was yet. She only knew she had a powerful voice and a dream. These 7 singers helped her shape that dream into reality. The first singer taught her vulnerability. Linda admired the way she could sound soft without sounding weak. That kind of control changed how Linda approached ballads. She wanted to sound honest, not polished. Vulnerability became one of Linda's greatest strengths because she learned to show emotion without fear. The second singer showed her the value of discipline. Linda realized that natural talent wasn't enough. You needed commitment, training, and a willingness to work harder than everyone else. This singer practiced with precision, and Linda followed that example, practicing long after midnight, pushing her voice beyond its limits. The third singer gave her courage. Linda was always strong on stage, but off stage she doubted herself. This singer's wild, unpredictable style taught her to take risks. She learned to let go of perfection and focus on feeling. When Linda sings rock music with fire, that influence comes directly from the singer. The fourth singer taught her dignity. Linda admired her grace, both in how she sang and how she carried herself. She learned that being a singer wasn't just about performance. It was about how you move through the world, how you speak, how you treat people, and how you protect your inner life. The fifth singer showed her the beauty of pain. Music isn't only joy. It's heartbreak, loss, memory, and regret. Linda understood those emotions deeply, and this singer helped her express them without hiding.